What's up, you guys out there? I wanted to address you. Fans, Seattle, the city that saved music. A group that was created long ago by Jesse Ramsey and I have nothing but profound respect for all our fans. A great crew. Doreen Woods, Amanda Hilger, Melissa Schoenfield, Laura Rutter, and Jesse Ramsey as well. I find it intriguing and awesome because, we have fans. We have fans everywhere. Brazil, international. I never would have thought in my wildest fucking dreams, that we'd have fans overseas. And you guys do nothing but amaze me. With your posts, with your pictures, with your shares, with your covers, You guys are the reason we are who we are and what we've grown to be. Over 13,000 people. I'm very fucking proud of this. Grunge, like D posted the other day, one of the pictures that I saw. Grunge never dies. It never fucking dies. But now we have to put up with all kinds of other shit, all kinds of other lame bands and shit, which I never would have thought. Justin Bieber, Nicki Minaj. I won't go into the whole spill about all the lame shit these days. Like I said, and I feel the same way that Laura Rutter feels. Check her page out. She is awesome. Lane Staley, a legend remembered. I feel the same way that she feels about getting in a fucking time machine and going back to the 90s. Going back to when the city, Seattle, saved music. There was somebody, I can't remember the exact name of the person that wanted explanation behind the name, that wanted to know why it was named the way it was. And I hope I gave you the answer that you were looking for. Like I've said before, late 80s, early 90s, groups that bursted out into the glam scene. Poison, when they came out with Flesh and Blood Sacrifice. Albums like this, late 90s stuff, carrying their act from the 80s to the 90s. Bands, in my opinion, and it may make me seem like a prick, and hopefully you guys don't feel that way, and I'm not being an ass about it. It's just how I feel, Like I said before, there are several bands that opened and blew up 90s. You got Nirvana, Alice in Chains, Tad, Mudhoney, Mad Season, Green River, Grunge Truck, Screaming Trees, many others that I may have forgotten. Melvins. Anybody that has the love and the liking for grunge knows that I forgot a lot of them, and they're not forgotten by any means. Oh yeah, the Gits. Rest in peace, Mia Zapata. I'm glad that they found your murderer years ago, because that fuck needed to be beaten. In Florida, nonetheless, But Mother Love Bone, Andrew Wood, pure genius. Lane Staley, Kurt Cobain, Jimi fucking Hendrix, Jim Morrison, Brian Wilson, Keith Moon, you guys know. If you know anything about music, and I know you damn well fucking do, you know the names that I'm naming off. For ones that have left us, and for ones that are still living. Robbie Krieger from The Doors. John Densmore, drummer for The Doors. Jesus Christ, I can name fucking millions of people to you guys, but I'm not going to. If you have a love and a deep appreciation for music and where it's came from, no matter if it's classic rock, no matter if it's 50s rock, no matter if it's grunge, no matter if it's metal, no matter if it's blues, Stevie Ray Vaughan, Steve Vai, Tony Iommi. There are millions of musicians. There are millions of bands. I could spend 20 minutes on this fucking rant. But, I'm not. The reason being is because you guys know. I mean, if you're a musician, you play guitar, you play drums, you're a bass player, you're a vocalist. The whole thing that Jesse, Ramsey, and I had in mind when we created this was a place, a gathering for music lovers, of grunge, of 90s. And thankfully, the 90s came in. Seattle came in, and I was nothing but fucking happy because Generation X, you remember that, of course. When Kurt, when Nirvana came out, I think in 91, correct me if I'm wrong, but it gave us a voice, and there's several documentaries on YouTube that talk about, when Kurt wrote his lyrics for people that were lost, they had gone through divorce, victims of things that weren't their fault, broken homes, people that came from addicted families, people that may have been addicted themselves. Not saying that they were, that everyone was, but for the people that were lost and like a misfit, not fitting into society, having the middle finger about anything in the world, how fucked up the government is, how fucked up their life may be, how fucked up that a parent might have left their life, shit like that, Kurt, Lane, Mother Love Bone, Andrew Wood, all of those artists, Mark Arm, no one is excluded. All of those artists, all of those vocalists spoke to us. It gave us a voice, and a lot of us listen, and that's why I love grunge. Thank you for the likes, and thank you for the love, everyone, and thank you for listening to me fucking talk for a few moments, going on 9 minutes, people. Keep it up. Thank you for the wonderful post. Thank you for all the wonderful things that you say about the page, the likes, the love. No one is excluded. We love all of you fuckers out there. And keep it up. There are more things to come. Seattle, the city that saved music. And I personally want to close this rant mentioning Amanda Hilger, our newest admin that lives in Seattle, Washington, by the way. Seattle's own. You keep it up, girl. You're completely awesome. When you posted that picture of Lane Staley's condo and you had those devil horns up, I had a few tears come to my eye because, if I was able to have been in your position, and one of these days I will be in Seattle. One of these days I will be attending the Lane Staley tribute. One of these days, hopefully, I will get to meet Nancy, Lane's mom. One of these days, hopefully, I'll get to meet Barrett Martin, Mike McCready, hopefully. And hopefully you guys out there have gotten a chance to get the new Above release by Mad Susan, and you can tell me how awesome it is, because there's been several of you posting and I've seen it. I've posted myself. But much love. All of you guys are awesome. I shall say no more. I'm closing this rant. Much love. More later. You make me proud, everyone.